According to a new eMarket report, worldwide social network users 2013 forecasting comparative estimates, nearly 1 in 4 people worldwide will use social networks in 2013. Snapchat having 200 million users, Tumblr having 280 million users, followed by Twitter having 288 million users, and at the top of the social media sites is Facebook with 1.4 billion users. In a survey conducted at Central Union High School, 94% of students said that they use social media.
Did you know the average person spends 4 years of his life looking down at his cell phone? Kinda ironic, ain't it? How these touch screens can make us lose touch. But it's no wonder in a world filled with iMacs, iPads, and iPhones, so many eyes, so many selfies, not enough us's and we's. See, technology has made us more selfish and separate than ever. Cause while it claims to connect us, connection has gotten no better. And let me express first, Mr. Zuckerberg, not to be rude, but you should reclassify Facebook to what it is, an anti-social network. Cause while we may have big friend lists, so many of us are friendless all alone. Cause friendships are more broken than the screens on our very phones. We sit at home on our computers measuring self-worth by numbers of followers and likes. Ignoring those who actually love us, it seems we'd rather write an angry post and talk to someone who might actually hug us. Am I bugging? You tell me, cause I asked a friend the other day, let's meet up face to face. They said, all right, what time you wanna Skype? I responded with OMG, SRS, and then a bunch of SMHs and realized, what about me? Do I not have the patience to have conversation without abbreviation? This is the generation of media overstimulation. Chats have been reduced to snaps. The news is 140 characters. Videos are 6 seconds at high speed. And you wonder why ADD is on the rise faster than 4G LTE. But get a load of this. Studies show the attention span of the average adult today is 1 second lower than that of a goldfish. So if you're one of the few people or aquatic animals that have yet to click off or close this video, congratulations. Let me finish by saying you do have a choice, yes. But this one, my friends, we cannot autocorrect. We must do it ourselves. Take control or be controlled, make a decision. Me? No longer do I want to spoil a precious moment by recording it with a phone. I'm just gonna keep them. I don't want to take a picture of all my meals anymore. I'm just gonna eat them. I don't want the new app, the new software, or the new update. And if I want to post an old photo, who says I have to wait until Thursday? I'm so tired of performing in the pageantry of vanity and conforming to this accepted form of digital insanity. Call me crazy, but I imagine a world where we smile when we have low batteries. Cause that'll mean we'll be one bar closer to humanity.
I have 422 friends, yet I'm lonely. I speak to all of them every day, yet none of them really know me. The problem I have sits in the spaces between looking into their eyes or at a name on a screen. I took a step back and opened my eyes. I looked around and realised that this media we call social is anything but when we open our computers and it's our doors we shut. All this technology we have, it's just an illusion. Community, companionship, a sense of inclusion. Yet when you step away from this device of delusion, you awaken to see a world of confusion. A world where we're slaves to the technology we mastered, where information gets sold by some rich, greedy bastard. A world of self-interest, self-image, self-promotion, where we all share our best bits but leave out the emotion. We're at our most happy with an experience we share. But is it the same if no one is there? Be there for your friends, and they'll be there too, but no one will be if a group message will do. We edit and exaggerate, crave adulation. We pretend not to notice the social isolation. We put our words into order until our lives are glistening. We don't even know if anyone is listening. Being alone isn't the problem. Let me just emphasise, if you read a book, paint a picture, or do some exercise, you're being productive and present, not reserved and recluse. You're being awake and attentive and putting your time to good use. So when you're in public and you start to feel alone, put your hands behind your head, step away from the phone. You don't need to stare at your menu or at your contact list. Just talk to one another. Learn to coexist. I can't stand to hear the silence of a busy commuter train where no one wants to talk through the fear of looking insane. We're becoming unsocial. It no longer satisfies to engage with one another and look into someone's eyes. We're surrounded by children who, since they were born, have watched us living like robots and think it's the norm. It's not very likely you'll make world's greatest dad if you can't entertain a child without using an iPad. When I was a child, I'd never be home. Be out with my friends on our bikes we would roam. I'd wear holes in my trainers and graze up my knees. We'd build our own clubhouse high up in the trees. Now the park's so quiet it gives me a chill. See no children outside and the swings hanging still. There's no skipping, no hopscotch, no church and no steeple. We're a generation of idiots, smartphones and dumb people.
I believe the media has affected the way people communicate. Nowadays people don't talk face to face. It's all through social media. We talk through text. There's like Facebook, Instagram. The only time people really have like hands-on interaction is usually when they're forced to, like at school or like conventions and things like that.
Yes, because like instead of just going to someone's house like and talking to the person, you just stay at home.
I think students will post something on Facebook that they don't realize is inappropriate to do, but they would never say it face to face to somebody. But since you do it on social media, it's like okay to. Like, it's okay to threaten 2,000 students, 100 faculty, 100 staff, that they're going to do something bad if you do it not face to face. So I think it has done something to communication. I think we don't communicate as well to each other. I think it takes something away because people will say, it's like that thing, right? You don't make a list anymore of what to get at the grocery store. Or you don't even write it in your memo pad or on your cell phone. So you can look at it and check. You like, call home. What am I supposed to get? I told you, milk. Okay. What am I supposed to get? Like, it's made us forgetful on purpose because now we don't have to remember things.
So you think it affects like how our brain works?
I definitely think. And there are studies that show that social media, the electronic devices, not the things you use, but the electronic devices, definitely develop different parts of your brain differently. So long-term memory is different, short-term memory is different. There's this new disorder called digital dementia that is affecting students between the ages of 17 and 25, that they have the memory of somebody who's between the ages of 60 and 75. I mean, so it's doing something different. Is it good? Is it bad? The studies are still out there. I think there's benefits to it. I also think there's some things that we have to be cautious about, especially if we give students at younger and younger ages access to social media.
Yes, because there's no more social interaction, like face-to-face is mostly through media.
Yeah, you know, social media, yeah, because like they all rely on their phones and smartphones and iPhones and stuff like that.
Like most of the students are kind of distant. They didn't really talk as much. They're just kind of like they're there, but they're like distant.
When asked if social media had affected the way they interact, 56% of students replied that it affected them. Many of these students claim that it had made them feel disconnected, less social, lazy, and that it consumes them, and because of this, they do not know how to interact in face-to-face interactions.
Cyberbullying is such a pervasive problem, the Justice Department is now getting involved.
It leads to suicides, it leads to depression, it leads to psychological problems often for years. A series of taunting online posts had led to the arrests of 2 girls, aged 12 and 14, in a Florida cyberbullying case. The 2 middle school students have been charged with aggravated stalking for harassing a 12-year-old girl who later committed suicide.
The reason we rushed these arrests quicker than we wanted to is because of this post. Yes, I bullied Rebecca, and she killed herself, but I don't give a, and you can add the last word yourself.
The county sheriff said the 2 girls allegedly harassed Rebecca Ann Sedgwick by intimidating her, physically abusing her, and sending her hate-filled online messages. Rebecca Ann became so despondent that she climbed a tower at an abandoned cement plant and jumped to her death.
Definitely bullying is probably the most obvious one, because people they don't feel like they have to be held accountable for their actions, and they do it anonymously a lot of the time, so they feel like it's easier to bully people and not get in trouble for it.
It does more prone to like bullying and harassment.
Shocking allegations of rape. 2 high school football players in Steubenville, Ohio, have been arrested and charged with raping a 16-year-old girl after images and stories of the alleged assault began circulating on the web. The story actually started to unravel back in August, on the 11th of August, when a couple of teenagers started tweeting about the alleged crime after a night of drinking and partying. One of the tweets, "Song of the night is definitely Rape Me" by Nirvana. An image of the girl being carried by 2 boys soon appeared on the internet, and then a separate video was posted on YouTube, which was apparently recorded on the night of the attack. In it, a teenager from Steuben High jokes about the rape. We're going to show it to you, but we want to warn you, it is disturbing to watch.
That's like rape. It is rape.
Bro,
they raped her.
You know, you do it? Bro.
They raped her.
This is the funniest thing I've ever
They raped her harder than that cop raped Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction. You ever see it?
He comes up with them so quick.
They raped her quicker than Mike Tyson raped that one girl.
In the late and early morning of January 6th and 7th, 2015, a threat made on the anonymous social media site Yik Yak prompted a last-minute school closure at Central Union High School.
The situation started last night about 11:45. We had a teacher report a social media on a Yik Yak post that there would be a threat of a rifle on campus. The threat was very specific for Central Union High School and for today, so in a precaution we went ahead and we closed school for today, and we're hoping that the police are able to find the person who did this.